Hello friends! In today's video, I'm sharing the early days of us moving, setting up my bedroom, unpacking it, filling my new dresser, and setting up my closet. Then I fast forward about 2 weeks and I share with you some light cleaning and a mini makeover that I give my room to really make it my own. A newish room for our new house. So pop my video on your TV, tablet, or phone and clean along with me, or sit back and relax with your favorite drink and stockpile that cleaning motivation for future use. Hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like my video, comment below, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell notification for more inspiring motivational videos. Let's be friends on Instagram too. You can find me at Home with Elizabeth. Alright friends, as you can see, this is May 10th, which is about 10 days after we moved in. So when we moved to our new house, I did not bring my dresser. I think I mentioned this during packing and maybe during my deep clean of my room. I really liked my dresser. It was just too big for me. It was actually my grandmother's dresser, and I got it probably... Well, she passed away when my oldest was about 18 months, almost 2, so that was like 24 years ago. And I didn't get it right after she passed away. It was maybe a few years after that. I mean, I've had it for a long time. It was so big for me, it was just too big. And I knew that moving here, I was going to have a lot bigger closet, so I wasn't going to need such a big dresser. So we actually gave the dresser to my oldest daughter, and then I got a new dresser. So what I'm doing here is we are finally able to just kind of get my room set up a little bit. We finally got my new dresser, finally got everything unpacked that we needed to get unpacked. Like, I had clothes everywhere, stuff that went in my closet packed in different places. I didn't have enough hangers. So we're at the point where my dresser, I finally got it ordered, it finally came, and my husband was going to get it put together for me. What I'm doing here is I'm cleaning up everything off the floor. So I was actually sharing a couple drawers in his dresser, and a lot of my clothes were just on the floor there beside my bed. So as you can see here, we fast forwarded. I got all my stuff cleaned up. He got my dresser built. It's from Walmart. Let me know if you want the link. I think I paid about $139 for it.
Installed.
Oh, it's recording?
Yes, Thomas! What do you think it was doing? That's what I want for the whole world to see. Yeah, it is.
You said it was doing it last time.
It's gonna make me big bucks.
You said you were doing it last time, and we never had it.
So May 10th also happens to be the day that my oldest son came home from college. So that was him being a little weirdo for you. He's so funny. As I was saying, I got my dresser from Walmart. I think I paid about $139 for it. If you want the link, let me know. They do sell it in some stores, but the color I wanted, I had to order from Walmart.com. It came in like a day, maybe a day and a half. So.
Hi, Mommy.
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm tired.
Did you see who's home?
I need to go to sleep.
You need to go see who's home. You have fun?
Yeah.
Good.
Friday, May 10th also happens to be the day that my youngest went on a field trip with his music department. They went to a local amusement park. So, I don't know where I'm at. There was so much going on this day. Like I said, my oldest son had just got home, and it was just a very chaotic day. We were just talking back and forth. But anyways, so I believe I have a few minutes here while I fold my laundry to kind of explain what happened. So I did not film my husband putting the dresser together. He didn't really want me to. I don't blame him. It was quite a long and arduous process. But anyway, so that's what happened is the beginning of the video, I was making my bed.
Liam! You're home now!
The beginning of the video, I was making my bed and like just straightening it up so that I get everything off the floor so he could build a dresser. So these clothes were in a clothes basket for a while, so I'm getting them folded so that I can get them put in my dresser and hung in my closet. And I want to take a minute to welcome you back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name's Elizabeth. I'm a 50-year-old stay-at-home wife and mom of 7 adults/teenage children. I have 2 girls that are 26 and 22. They live outside the house. I have 3 boys, 19, 16, and 14. My oldest son he just finished his freshman year of college, so he is home for the summer. My other 2 the one is just finishing up his sophomore year in high school. My youngest is just finishing up his 8th grade year. And then I'm an auntie to 2 additional teenage boys, 15-year-old twins. They're my nephews, and I have custody of them. I got custody about 2 years ago. On my channel, you'll find cleaning motivation and cleaning inspiration, a little bit of decor, lots of comedy, lots of real life, lots of family time. I am not shy about including my family in my videos. And yeah, you'll just find me being me, just living my everyday life and, you know, just doing what I do. Alright, so I finally got all those clothes folded and now I'm getting them put away in my dresser. And as you can see to the right there on my bench, those are like all of my good shorts and jeans that I used to keep in my old dresser, that now that I have a bigger closet and I don't have to share with my husband, I can get them hung up in there, which is again why I didn't need such a big dresser. And as you can see, I've had boxes in my bottom of my closet. I'm getting them out so that I have, this is a shoe organizer that I bought years ago. I actually don't keep very many shoes in it. I actually keep a lot of like extra clothes, but you're gonna see here, I'm trying to fix it because it got all wobber-jawed in the move over, but you're gonna see it busts apart on me, and I just kind of shake my head.
Did they all have black backs? I think I'm still missing one.
I saw one.
Oh no, I have 3.
What would Mom do without me?
I don't know.
So yeah, so I was missing the black backs and they were just behind it. And so when my son came in, he saw them here. I'm trying to get a back in the bottom was missing. I couldn't get it pulled apart, so I'm trying to flip it over and it collapses. Yeah, so we just end up rebuilding it. But as I was saying, I don't keep a lot of, first of all, I don't have a lot of shoes. I have like a pair of tennis shoes, a pair of black booties, a pair of brown booties. I have, I don't know, 2 pairs of flip-flops and maybe some like 2 pairs of flats. So they literally take up about 2 spaces in this. And then what I keep in here is my Christmas pajamas, because I have 3 gazillion pairs. And then I rotate out sports shirts. So my children are all multiple sport athletes. So like during football season, I hang my football shirts in the closet, and then wrestling and lacrosse stay in here. And then of course during wrestling season, football and lacrosse stay in there. And then during lacrosse season, football and wrestling go in there. So you'll see I fill it with my pajamas that are just up at the top of my closet now, and then I get my shoes in there and a few shirts. And I know that this shoe thing is from Walmart. I would not recommend it. It comes apart very easily, so if you're going to move it very often, it's not worth having. And I wouldn't want it in a place where someone's going to put shoes in and out of it every day. Like I said, it's very flimsy. But I believe I got it on clearance several years ago, and it works good in my closet because I don't move it at all. And I'm not pulling stuff in and out of it on a daily basis. So it works. I had my son bring me my all-surface pledge and a dusting cloth so I could dust it out. It was really dusty. Very gently move it into the closet, and then I'm just going to fill it. And I actually still am missing some clothes that need to go in my closet. There are a few summer clothes, like summer shirts, that were in my old house down in the mirrored closet. I haven't even unpacked those boxes because I don't really have anywhere to put them yet. So yeah, I do need to get those out. It's not a lot of clothes. Like I said, it's just a few summer shirts. Now I'm just hanging up my shorts and my pants. And here's my Christmas pajamas. So what I'll do is when it gets to be November, I will pull out all my normal everyday pajamas and throw them in here, and then I'll put my holiday pajamas in my dresser. All right, and of course there was packing material all over the floor from where my husband did the dresser, so we're just getting that swept up so that we just don't track it all over the house. And this is actually the last of the footage from the day of the 10th. When we come back here in a minute or two, it's going to be May 20, I don't know, you'll see on the screen. May 23rd. All right, I do lose footage here. My battery was dead, but basically you just missed me taking everything off my bed, all of my sheets and comforter and stuff, and then piling the pillows on there. So what I'm doing here is I'm filling my steam shot with water to heat up because my shears are wrinkled. So I thought, I wonder if the steam shot will work. So these boxes are basically paperwork, mine, my kids, my nephews, and I have not gone through it yet, so I literally am just sticking in the boxes and sticking it in my closet. Here's a little trail mix I got at Target. It's called Cotton Candy. Haven't tasted it yet. I did buy one that's called Lemonade, and it's really good. So here I am, I'm using my Steam Shot. It doesn't work. I had higher hopes for it, so I literally, after just 5 minutes, I just quit. It wasn't going to work, so I'm like, I'm not wasting my time. So I'm just eventually going to have to pull them down and wash them. They're not dirty yet, so we're just going to wait. All right, I'm just using my Mrs. Meyer's Dandelion all-purpose cleaner to dust my dresser and everything on it. So, see here, I'm putting those boxes, and what I just did there in the corner is, those were extra hangers from the house. I'm putting some paperwork in there because it's more sturdy to put in the top of my closet, and then I just put those hangers in the clothes, in that cardboard box. Eventually, when our basement is finished and my laundry room's a little better, I'll be able to take those downstairs. I thought I was going to be able to put this in the bottom, but I didn't. I had to hoist it up there up top. So there we go. Now we're just putting my clothes basket back, and here I'm going to pull out some of my stuff I bought for my room, and we're going to get it on the bed. And then I believe we're moving to my husband's dresser. And yes, friends, that was a melon knife on his dresser. Why, I don't know. But I will tell you, it is May 25th that I'm doing the voiceover, and we actually used it today because we bought a watermelon. And this is the handle out of our shower that we took off. Again, why he didn't throw it away, I don't know. But look at me, showing off my baton skills. I got mad baton skills. All right, we're just going to use Mrs. Myers to get his dresser wiped down. And friends, I'm not talking to myself. I believe my husband was on the phone and I'm talking to him. Or my daughter. My daughter called me too. And yes, I just smelled his sock right there to see if it was clean. It was, thank goodness. All right, we're just going to get our nightstands dusted. And I don't know if you noticed the bench there. That is the bench we used to have in our dining room at the old house. We have it in our room now because we have both benches that actually belong with the table on the table. I am showing you my empty canister, and now we're going to get this carpet vacuumed. And I'm using my Dyson V10 Animal. I've said it before, but I'll say it again just in case there's new people here. I bought it back in 2020 during the pandemic from Lowe's. I got it on clearance. I believe I paid $2.99 for it. I do not see myself paying $3.99 for a vacuum. So I believe I paid about $2.99 for it. Just earlier this year, maybe the last 5 or 6 months, the battery has definitely been dying. So I purchased a off-brand name battery from Amazon for about $35, and my vacuum is like brand new again. Yeah. Now I don't use this a lot to vacuum the house because my carpet is really thick and plush. But sometimes I just hate using the corded vacuum. And our room doesn't get a lot of traffic like the living room does. So this one did really good. And I'll show you what I picked up.
All right, friends, it is about 1 o'clock, and I did a lot of that cleaning this morning, and then I showered and got dressed, and I had to run to Walmart to get my prints that are going on the wall behind me here. But I want to take a minute and show you everything that I've gotten for the room. So, here are my photos. I'll show you those first. I got 16 by 20 poster prints. I figure they're going to be behind glass, and they'll be cheap enough that I can switch them out anytime I want. So, I did end up getting both of them, and there's going to be a little bit of a glare, but there's the first one. And then here's the second one. Like I said when I showed you these guys, like with the insert, these were taken in September of 2011, so you can see my oldest, and then this is my oldest son, my youngest daughter, my middle son, and of course my baby. So my baby is 14, and so he had just turned 2 in these pictures. All right, so those are my photos. And then I got, these are like, I think they're like, advertised as like for posters. So you can see they're the 16 by 20. They have a white frame, and it's just plastic. It's not glass. So I got 2 of those. Right. And then here were, so I kind of based my theme, if you want to say, off of this blanket. This is the one I got from Aldi's back at Christmas time, and it's like a really pretty green. It's almost like a dark sage green. Like, it's not like a Kelly green. It's not like a bright green. It's not like an army green. It's almost like a really dark sage green. So this is kind of what I base it off of. And that because our walls are agreeable gray, and then our carpet is kind of green too. I don't know if it'll show up on video, but I'm going to show you. So the carpet is kind of green too. So that's kind of what I'm going with. Also, it's not that I love green, but it's just a very nice neutral color. And also, like, I want to bring my other bedspread back out at Christmas time, or especially just in the winter, because it's heavier and it's the red and black. And it'll look good with the green too around Christmas time. All right, so let me show you the pictures that I found at Hobby Lobby. So here's the one. And I paid $24.99 for this. And then here's the second one, and I paid $14.99 for this. And it's not showing up on camera, but the family is like the real light sage green, and everything is a little darker of the sage green. And let me show you, this is the pillow I found at Hobby Lobby. on clearance. I'll show you. It's a $40 pillow. I got it for $9.99. Like, it is. Has the tassels. I guess I can take them off since I'm doing my bed. Like, it has the tassels, and this is like the nubby. I could not pass it up for $9.99. All right, and then I will show you my bedding. Also, I bought this at Christmas time too at Target, and I talked about wanting to maybe get a cover for it, but since I'm going with the green because of the green carpet and the gray walls, I'm gonna leave this. I mean, Cozy Up can work anytime, so I'm probably not going to buy a cover for this. I will just leave it as the Cozy Up. All right, here's my bedding. It is from Target. It's the Threshold brand, and it's called Space Dyed Cotton Linen Comforter Set. And I'm gonna try and show you guys how pretty it is. I need some scissors. I haven't even opened it yet. Right. Alright, so here's one of the shams. So it's like a cream background, and it has like gray threaded to it. I really hope it's showing up. Oh, I guess that's both shams. I hope it's showing up how pretty it is. Very neutral, but still has the dark graded gray that will help bring in the gray from the walls. And then comforter's pretty lightweight too, so I think that'll be good. And then I did splurge on pillows. So here are the pillows. They do have a removable cover. I'm trying to see. Oh, you know what? It's on the inside. I believe what brand these are. These are Threshold too. The Studio McGee Toss pillows, and they are in. See if they say the color. It just says green, but it's the real pretty sage green, and they have like this real, like the threaded edges, and one is like the white in it. The other one's like the dark green, so there's two dark green sides and one of the light green sides. So you can see, look good with this. Look good with this. Looks good with this. Looks good with this. All right, so I'm gonna tell you, I told you I splurged on these pillows. $30 a pillow, friends. Who am I? Who am I? But I don't buy a lot of stuff for myself or for my bedroom. And I wanted big, nice, fluffy pillows. So I splurged $60 on pillows. All right, so we're going to get, my dogs are being quiet, so we're gonna hopefully get this pulled together. My sheets, I am still using my dark gray sheets. They're not even dark gray. They're like a light gray that I bought a month ago, a couple weeks ago. You saw me pull them off this morning, and I washed them and dried them. So we're gonna get those on. But I'm going to go get some, I have some leftover contact paper. I'm going to trace my frames and get them up on the wall so that I can get some good placement. All right, friends, let's do it.
Okay, so you didn't see me pull my sheets off this morning because my camera died. But yes, as I was saying, I'm just using the dark medium grayish sheets that I bought about a month ago. So here I am, I'm taking the backs off the frames and I'm going to get my pictures in them. And then I'm going to take everything out to my kitchen island and I'm going to trace the frames and get them on the wall. Now you'll notice here, these are just poster prints from Walmart, like I said. They're obviously they're like cut on their machine, so they're not perfect. So I needed to take about a 1/4 inch off of both of them. So I have this mat that I use for scrapbooking. I keep it on my desk. So all I did was go and get it and my X-Acto knife. And I just put the back of the frame on there, and you're going to see I cut. It's like a 1/4 inch off. It's not very much. And it didn't cut all the way through, so I just grabbed some scissors to trim it up. And I went with these frames from Walmart because they were actual frames. They weren't like the slip-on poster type frame type thing. And they're just like a white plastic. So honestly, if I want sometime down the road, I can even paint them. Like if I want to paint them a darker gray or something, if I change, the pictures, they look really good now with the white. So I don't know why there is, they actually might be wood. They might not be plastic, they might be wood. But for some reason they stapled those blue corners on, so I had to use like my scissors to pry out the staples. So here I am with that contact paper, and I'm just measuring my pictures and my frames. And you're gonna see I have to piece together a couple things because I didn't have as much contact paper as I thought. And I actually, for one part, had to use a garbage bag for one of them. I don't think I filmed myself doing every single one of them because it was pretty monotonous, but there you have it. You use what you use. You use what you got. Oh, and I also don't show, but I do take the hang-up hardware off of both of these pictures from Hobby Lobby because I just use command hooks. I'm not, like our walls are plaster, they're not drywall. So I'm not putting on, even though I own this house, I'm not putting unnecessary holes in the walls. I'm using command strips. And I also will say, I do show it to you. I pre-planned the placement on my computer. I use a program called Adobe Photoshop. I've used it for probably 17 years. When I started using it when I digital scrapbooked. But I actually pre-planned the sizes. So I knew the sizes of the pictures that I bought at at Hobby Lobby. So I was putting in different sizes of pictures I could get to see which would look the best. And I do show you that document. I just show a picture of the screen coming up here soon. This right here, see, like I said, I just used Photoshop to pre-plan it. Like I put in the size of my wall, I put in the size of the pictures, and I just kind of found a good placement how I wanted it. I tried to use the level on my phone. I couldn't figure it out because I could not find my husband's regular level. He told me where it was, and I looked there. It was out in his garage, in his little toolbox, but I thought it was red, and so I couldn't find any lights to turn on out there. So when I looked in the case, I'm like, oh, it's not in there. Well, later, after the kids got home from school and I wasn't worried about the dogs, I went out and I took a little time to find the light switch. And so once I had lights and I opened the tool case, it was right there. I was like, oh, I thought I was looking for a red one. It was completely black in a black case. So when I go to put the pictures up, I do have the level.
It's not quite centered over the bed, is it? I'm almost half tempted to just move the bed though, instead of climbing back up there and moving all my things. You know what? I do want to move that top one in a little bit. All right, maybe I'll move them.
Yeah, I talked myself into climbing back up on the bed. All right, so everything's dried and we're going to get this bed made. These are, like I said, these are my sheets that I've had and the black pillowcases I've had, and of course I use a body pillow and it's purple and zebra shaped, but you know, I don't really care. So yeah, but I really love how it came together. So does my husband. So I don't know if I said it when I was talking to the camera, but I am keeping my old comforter. I actually need to take it to the laundromat this weekend because I refuse to wash it in my washer because, like the last 2 months we've had, so the lid like latches and it will, like if it gets thrown off balance, it won't open until we like take the part out and clean it. So notoriously my comforter has thrown it off, so I need to take it to the laundromat this weekend, and then I'm going to take it to the laundromat, get it laundered, and then I'm going to either pack it in a tub or I'm going to buy one of those bags that like you suck all the air out. But I am keeping it because I love it for wintertime and Christmas time. And there's my sweet youngest coming in to help me. Actually, he's coming in to play with the level, but he did help me a little bit. All right, friends, there's about 2.5 minutes left. And before the video ends, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for always being here, for always showing up, not only to watch my videos, but in my comments too. I really appreciate it. And I try and let everyone know that I do. I love responding to you guys. I love when you respond back to me. So I want to ask you if you could take a minute, like my video, drop me a comment below. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you here. And then after you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so that you never miss another one of my uploads. I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And friends, I can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of this video.